A very good morning to all my dear children. In such a bright morning, let's begin to learn science. So students, today we will be continuing learning lesson number 1, the living world, adaptations and classification. In our previous lecture, we have learned what is diversity and various forms of diversity. Today, in this lecture, we will be learning what is adaptation and various adaptation in plants found in different regions. So students, what does adaptation means? What is adaptation? Gradual changes occur in the body parts and also in the behavior of organisms which help them to adjust to their surroundings. Such changes are called adaptations. So students, what it means? The changes that occurs in the body parts of the organisms to adjust themselves in the surroundings for their survival is known as adaptations. They take place over a long period of time. So students, the changes that occurs are not temporary, but it is for lifetime. So students, now let's see various adaptation in plants one by one. So students, our very first adaptation in plants is adaptation in aquatic plants. Plants that grows in water are known as aquatic plants. Let's see the characteristics of adaptation in aquatic plants. Some of the aquatic plants are firmly rooted in the soil at the bottom of the water bodies. What it means, students? The roots of the plants are firmly rooted, and firmly rooted means their roots are deep into the soil. Next, their stems are submerged while leaves and flowers float on the surface. What does submerged means? Submerged means under the water. Their stems are under water. Stem of the aquatic plant lies under the water and we can see the leaf and the flower above the water. That means it floats on the surface of the water. The surfaces of leaves and stems of many aquatic plants are covered with a waxy layer. The leaves and stems have a waxy coating on them. That means the leaves and stems are smooth. They are soft like wax. Leaves of some aquatic plants are thin and slender like a ribbon. This shape helps them to withstand fast currents of water. Students, the shape of the leaves that is thin and slender helps the plant to face the water currents and protect itself from drowning. Next point, air spaces in stems and petioles of aquatic plants are useful for floating in water. Students, in some of the aquatic plants, the stem has air spaces, and for what purpose those air spaces are there? The air spaces helps the plant to float on the water. Here comes the picture of an aquatic plant. Can you guess, students, which plant is this? It is an aquatic flower plant, and we all know the name of the flower is lotus. So, lotus plant grows in water. Now, next adaptation in plants is adaptation in desert plants. Let's see how desert plants have adapted themselves for their survival in the surrounding. Desert plants are either leafless or their leaves are like small needles or have been modified into thorns. As a result, they lose very little water by evaporation. So students, we all know in desert regions there is scarcity of water. So to reduce water loss from the body of the plants, plants have adapted their self from leaves to small thorns, so that small thorns will lose a very little water by evaporation. Second point, the stem stores water and food and is therefore fleshy. We know, students, desert plant, the best example is cactus plant. Cactus plant doesn't have leaves. Their leaves are modified into thorns and the stems store food in it. So, stem is storing food in it, therefore stem is fleshy. The stems are green as they perform photosynthesis in the absence of leaves. Again, students, we know in desert plant, leaves are modified into thorns. So, who is going to perform photosynthesis? The stem, which is green in color, is going to perform photosynthesis in such condition, and stem is going to prepare its food by the process of photosynthesis, and also the stem is green in color. Their roots penetrate deep into the soil and some roots spread away into the soil in search of water. Students, it is a desert region plant, so there is scarcity of water. So roots go deeper and deeper under the soil in search of water. There is a thick layer of waxy substance on the stems of these plants too. Same how aquatic plants have waxy coating on the leaves and stem. In same manner, the stem of the desert plants also have a thick layer of waxy substance on it. Here comes the picture of desert plant. Students, in this picture, you can see a cactus plant which is found in desert region. The leaves are modified into thorns to reduce water loss, and the stem is fleshy and green in color, and it also performs photosynthesis for preparing its food. Third adaptation comes here, which is in plants of snowy regions. Plants of snowy regions mainly include conifers like deodar and pine. These trees are conical in shape due to their sloping branches. In the heavy snowfall and extreme cold in these regions, their conical shape prevents the snow from accumulating on the tree, and the thick bark helps the tree to withstand the cold. What happens here, students? When snow falls on the tree, due to the shape of the tree is conical, all the snow slides down from the tree and the branches of the tree is very thick. So these thick branches or these thick barks helps the tree to face the cold. Here you can see the picture of deodar tree which is found in snowy region. You can see the shape is like a cone which is said as conical shape. The snow slides down from the tree and the thick bark helps the tree to face the cold. Next adaptation, that is adaptation in plants of forest regions. So students, in forest there is variety of plants. So the variety of plants found in forest are trees, shrubs and herbs. These plants compete amongst themselves for sunlight. Hence trees grow tall to get sunlight and climbers and vines grow to a great height with the support of trees. Spring-like tendrils on the stems of some climbers is an example of adaptation. Students, in the forest, here trees grow tall to get sunlight. Some trees are very tall which receives sunlight, and some trees like short climbers and vines grow to a great height with the support of these trees. In this picture, you can see some trees are tall and some are short. Our last adaptation in plants is adaptation in grassland plants. Diverse types of bushes and grasses are found in the grasslands. Fibrous roots of grasses prevent soil erosion. Students, the roots of grass prevent soil erosion, means they prevents the soil from getting destroyed. Forests in the equatorial region are dense. Forests in the equatorial region are dense. What it means, students? In equatorial region, there is maximum number of trees. Animals like tiger, elephants and deer can remain hidden in these grasses. So students, in forest region, you can find animals which get shelter to hide themselves. However, grasses in cold regions are very short. Animals like the rabbit are found in such grasses. Students, animals like grasses feed on short grass, so they are suitable for this grassland surroundings. Vast meadows are found in hilly areas as well as plains. Students, here meadows means a piece of grassland. So, as well as on the hilly areas, grasslands are seen. In this picture, you can see the land is covered by grass. It's a meadow, a piece of grassland where only grasses grow. So students, this was all about various adaptations in plants. In our next lecture, we shall be learning adaptations in animals. Thank you so much students for paying attention. Goodbye. Have a nice day.